Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 2 of Millennium Culture. I'm just being Junie, and this is my very special co-host with me, Terry, Miss Terry Spencer. Best friend, go best friend. Uh, anyway, on this episode, we would love to talk to you guys about success and consistency. Two very key things if you're gonna make it on anything you want to do, business, any entrepreneurship, and we're gonna discuss our ideas of how we feel about it. I ain't saying we know expert in anything about it, but I feel like I kind of have an idea of what it takes to eventually get there to success and consistency. So, my idea when I think about success and consistency, I think of having a dream first. Having a dream is the very most important thing, honestly. Eventually you'll get there, but it has to start with a dream. A dream is very important. And then once you get your dreams, then you have your vision of how you would like your dreams to pan out. And not saying they're gonna go accordingly, everything gonna work out that way, but they'll will somehow go that way. But then you gotta start. Everybody say the hardest part is starting. It actually is. That's the hardest part. And then you build consistency. You're gonna have some ups and downs. You're gonna fail at moments. Times you're gonna succeed and you're gonna love what you're doing. But the hardest part within, starting is consistency. You get overwhelmed. Sometimes you feel overworked. Sometimes you feel like you run out of originality or whatever the case may be.
Or underpaid.
Or underpaid, yeah. So, I mean, me starting my YouTube channel, it was time. So I created this YouTube channel years ago. But one thing I lacked was consistency out of fear of my own success. But I told myself that I was going to push forward, that I had a passion to chase, which is being in the media world. I don't want to work at any fast food. I'm not putting anybody down who had to do anything like that.
Because I work at Panera.
Right, she worked at Panera. What a shame. I'm just playing. I'm just.
You're horrible.
You're
horrible.
I'm just playing, but I just want people to find their success and what makes them happy. And if you can get up and do it once, you can get up and do it twice. If you can get up and do it 2 times, you can get up and do it 3. As far as have an idea of success. Everybody want to be successful, but none of us really want to put in the work. As far as your idea of success, how do you see success going for you? Or do you want to enlighten anybody of your ideas of success?
To me, success doesn't only start with dreams. I feel like it starts with the mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you set, whatever you have set, it always starts in the brain. Mm-hmm. And, you constantly think about it. You constantly daydream about it. It's something that you feel in your soul, in your heart, and it's what guides you towards it. And anything is easy to start. And I've also found out when you start things, it's also called the honeymoon phase. You get excited about it, you thrilled about it, you put your all into it. It's, you're 100% and you're on it. And, it's more of what do you do when that honeymoon phase is over? Do you give up? Do you stick to it? Do you keep going? Which is actually, something I'm dealing with at the moment, being in culinary school. I started in February and I was excited. It was an online class, but I get to bake at home and I still get that experience. This term I kind of hit a snag, and, me talking to my therapist, she helped me realize that I could have been going through a honeymoon phase. So right now, I have to determine, do I keep going? I haven't stopped, actually. But do you keep going? What is going to continue that drive? Because you can be successful at anything, but no one ever tells you in the meantime, that things is going to get hard. Life happens, from work to kids to family. If you don't have children, anything can happen. But it's all about getting to that finish line and knowing at the end, that you will be successful, but it's all about what you do in the meantime. It's not really about the finish line. Everybody wants to get to the finish line, but at the end of the day, you have to appreciate that journey. before you get to that finish line? What are you learning in between time? What is it? What are your likes? What are your don't likes? What keeps you going? What keeps you stagnant? Things like that. You have to figure out what it is that'll keep you consistent in order to be successful.
And I think it's very important. A lot of us feel overwhelmed trying to do things by ourselves. And some of us, we feel like we need a team, which is great. But sometimes you can also find out how to do things on your own. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's some truth to that, and it's also ways to figure out how to do things on your own. I'm a person who gets overwhelmed on trying to figure out things on my own, but the only reason why I get overwhelmed is because I'm an overthinker. So what I have done is I have taken a couple of steps back. For people who feel overwhelmed with trying to figure things out on their own, it's okay. You overthink because you want things to be so successful, and you like, I don't have these resources, I don't have this resources. But you realize Google is your best friend. If you stop overthinking, you'll find out how to do anything. As far as this, if you want to learn to edit, you can Google, YouTube, anything.
Any social media
Anything you want to get into cooking, you can learn. A lot of times we feel like, oh well, I don't come from this rich background. My family can't afford this type of education, or I can't. We can educate ourselves on a lot of things in life, and you can chase your dreams. I'm telling you, I started doing comedy videos, and then I like the feedback that I get from them, and I get how if they're successful a little bit, and just for me to disappear and not create more content for a very long time, that is poor management and consistency on my part. And if I can help anyone avoid doing anything like that, I would love to be an example and show people what consistency is like. And that's why I'm uploading every day. That's why I'm sharing stories. That's why I'm talking to the people, because I feel like it's a lot of power and encouragement behind words.
Well, I think you're not the only one who deals with that. I think I've come to find out that a lot of us do that. At one point I was starting my health journey. I was exercising, I was changing what I was eating, and I even bought, exercise equipment. I had my bike, and, it was like after a week and a half, and my daughter was like, Mommy, it's starting to work. And I was like, cool. And I stopped doing it. We hear those compliments, and we just have to figure out, after we get those compliments, what makes us stop, because we're not done. We haven't completed that goal. We haven't finished that mission, but it's the compliments in between. It's like, oh, you're doing a good job. Oh, you're doing so good. I like it. Keep going. And then automatically we just stop. The question is, what makes us quit in the beginning, and what will it take for you to get back motivated in that process, in order to complete that goal, in order to complete that assignment, or finish that deadline, or get to the finish line, or when it comes to anything, working on your mindset and putting things in order. It's really important in order to get back on the ball with continuing with success, because anything can come easy. You can start anything's easy to start once you start it. It's in the in between times when things are not really so great, and it's easy to discourage you. It makes you want to quit, so.
I would say, don't get high off the little success that you may have accomplished. I'm telling you that because that's something that I have done. I've got high off little accomplishments that I have got, and I felt, very satisfied with that at the moment. And like, it made attention go away from me, because I was so happy and content with the little success that I have got from doing one little project and not putting out more. And there was times where I was sitting there on video games, or I'm distracting myself doing this and doing whatever isn't important instead of being productive with what it is that I truly want. If you truly want something, a lot of people feel like if you truly want something, you're going to chase it. If you don't want it that bad. But I am a I don't want to say firm believer. I am a living witness to say you can be passionate about a dream and still not chase it. Because why? Because it requires too much effort and consistency. Mm-hmm. And it's okay. So people always tell you, if you dream is you wouldn't give up on. Listen, people give up on their dreams for different amount of reasons. But I want to say, if you're a person out there and you're chasing your dreams, if you have a couple of minor setbacks, it's okay. You line yourself for a greater comeback. But eventually, if you want to be successful and genuinely mean it, you're going to have to find your line of consistencies, no matter what's going on in your life. Any baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, whatever. If you got some time, if the kid's gone and you got 25 minutes to yourself, use them wisely. We all need to take accountability of what we want to do to have a brighter future, to make our lives better for us and the people around us who support us. And that's what I'm here trying to do, and I want to share that with you as I go on this journey to create more content and put it out there for my fans and viewers and people that become part of my page and become a part of my life. I want to share with you that anybody can have anything. You can come from 0 to 100. All it takes is to work. Just put on your running shoes and get to running. I'm telling you. You break out in the sweat and you know that you're doing something.
And sometimes you might almost have an asthma attack, but you gotta run.
You gotta run. You definitely. And with that being said, I would like everyone for listening to our kind words of success and our encouraging words. And I would like to thank my best friend Terry, Miss Terry Spencer, for joining me on this episode.
You can give everybody my government name.
Yeah.
Somebody that might be looking for me.
It's alright, you know. You might use it when you become a star one day. Terry Spencer sound nice. Anyway, thank everybody for listening to another episode of Millennial Culture. I'm just being Junie, and this is Terry, and we are out. Peace.